pause and take a look at this.
Lane swaps can be interesting, they can be strategically cool, but when you come to Worlds, you want to see the best players in the world laning against each other.
Yeah.
You just want to see the 1v1s, you want to see the 2v2s, you want to see those outplays, and lane swaps, unfortunately, do deny us a bit of that.
Zale's right, we don't always get to see high caliber players match up against each other. Lane swapping seems so boring if you don't understand the strategic reasonings behind it. But with my experience in pro play, I can give you the insight to appreciate this unusual strategy for its incredible depth. So what's the actual benefit? Why are teams doing this? The most obvious reason is to avoid tough matchups. Anyone would be miserable if they blinded K'Sante and had to face a Vayne. Lane swapping enables a situation where K'Sante can survive a dive 1v3, while a squishy Vayne is being completely zoned off in XP. With a strategic lane swap, you can neutralize or even punish your opponent's smart draft. Another benefit is that the team who prepared more will outmaneuver their opponents in the lane swap. There are so many variations of lane swapping now, and they can highlight the difference between teams who can adapt and those who can't. Furthermore, even if the swap is matched, the winning bot lane won't get as many turret plates in top lane. This is because top towers take 85% reduced damage in the first 5 minutes, while bot towers take full damage. This incentivizes teams to accept the swap and try to get as many bot plates as they can. The reason why no one in pro play can ignore lane swapping is because unprepared teams will get destroyed. Junglers can lose half of their own jungle while unable to counter invade, and top laners can get massively outleveled. Trust me, I've learned firsthand what being unprepared feels like. But enough about my failures, let's talk about Worlds. Teams are way more composed, and it's difficult for them to create an advantage against a similarly prepared opponent. But like in any competitive situation, you have to try and squeeze out any advantages you can. In this game between Fnatic and Weibo, Tarzan tests Fnatic's preparation by attempting to heist the wolf camp. Unfortunately, he ends up being pushed out and is unable to clear optimally while also being ready for a potential dive on bot. Razork, on the other hand, cleared his camps in peace and was able to get a kill with his tempo advantage. To have a better understanding of what's going on in the early game, keep an eye out for the side lane waves, as it gives us an idea on how each team is approaching the swap. Are they just trading sides, or are they calculated and greedy enough to try and win both sides of the map? Here's an example of a recent lane swap between DK and Top Esports. At the start, both AD carries and top laners share XP in the side lane, while the supports leech XP from mid. The junglers start the opposite jungle near their AD carry to be in position for a potential dive on the third wave. Both supports head down to bot lane because one team decided that they don't want to just trade sides. That team is DK, and they go for the greedy play. They crash the second wave top and proxy the third so that Jax is almost level 3 before he TPs into bot. If Jax can survive this dive, he will be at an insane advantage by being able to collect all of that extra XP in the bot lane. Meanwhile, Top Esports are already losing the early crashed waves in top and therefore need to kill both of them to go even in the loss of minions. Which brings me to another point of the hidden effect that lane swapping has on drafting. Top laners in this meta are discouraged from picking champions that are weak against early dives or rely on gold to function. It might be boring to see the same champions picked in top lane, but because of lane swapping, these champions have to be strong early or provide value even if immensely behind. Gen.G are aiming for the same greedy play as DK, but this time they have an Aurora and a Leona, who are much easier to kill in a dive. HLE messes up their dive, causing Sejuani to die, but Gnar gets ahead by almost a full level. Nocturne was able to also farm 3 quadrants in the jungle because Sejuani started the wrong camps. Since Nocturne will be able to hit 6 faster, he will have a much higher impact on the game than a stronger Gnar. In theory, Gen.G comes out ahead. So why doesn't every team lane swap then? Simple. It's volatile. If your team isn't coordinated, things can go from bad to worse fast. If you're confident in your lanes, swapping is usually a negative play as well, and you only gain an advantage if your composition allows for it. Pro players really like consistency, and playing out of their comfort zone can throw them off their game.
What is he doing?
No, Nunu works.
way, but that is not
What?
how it's gonna.
Hopefully this video helps you have a base level understanding of lane swaps so you can enjoy Worlds 2024 a bit more. While we may not get to see the hype matchups we're looking forward to, at least we get to see more interesting tower dives and strategic planning due to the asymmetric lane assignments. Let me know in the comments, do you think lane swapping should stay in the meta or is it time to get rid of it again?